life on our planet Earth and why we may have the moon's now defunct magnetic field to thank for this. This is by Christopher Davies and John Moon on The Conversation. The habitability of our planet depends on many factors. One is the existence of a strong and long-lived magnetic field, and these fields are generated thousands of kilometers below the planet's surface in its liquid core and extend far into space, shielding the Earth's atmosphere from harmful solar radiation. Without a strong magnetic field, a planet struggles to hang on to a breathable atmosphere, which is bad news for life as we know it. A new study published in Science Advances suggests that the moon's now extinct magnetic field may have helped protect our planet's atmosphere as life was forming around 4 billion years ago. Today, Earth has a strong global magnetic field, even though it's weakening. The astronomers, scientists don't know why. But our magnetic field that protects the atmosphere and low-orbiting satellites from harsh solar and cosmic radiation. In contrast, the moon does not possess either a breathable atmosphere or a global magnetic field. Global magnetic fields are generated by the motion of molten iron in the cores of planets and moons. Keeping the fluid moving requires energy, such as heat trapped within the core. When there is insufficient energy, the field dies off. Without a global magnetic field, the charged particles of the solar wind, radiation from the sun, passing close to the planet generate electric fields that can accelerate charged atoms known as ions out of the atmosphere. Kindly support my Patreon account. The daily posts are 5 videos daily, and they are totally different from what I have on my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for your support and that you find all my content so interesting. You'll find the Patreon account details in the description box. So the solar wind can accelerate charged ions out of the atmosphere, and this process is happening today on Mars, and it is losing oxygen as a result, something that has been directly measured by the Mars Atmosphere and Volatile Evolution Mission, MAVEN for short. The solar wind can also collide with the atmosphere and knock molecules into space. The MAVEN team estimates that the amount of oxygen lost from the Martian atmosphere throughout history is equivalent to that contained in the global layer of water 23 meters thick. Probing ancient magnetic fields. The new research investigates how the Earth's and the Moon's early magnetic fields may have interacted. But probing these ancient fields is not easy. Scientists rely on ancient rocks that contain small grains that got magnetized as the rocks formed, saving the direction and strength of the magnetic field at that time and place. Such rocks are rare, and extracting their magnetic signal requires careful and delicate laboratory measurement. Such studies have, though, unveiled that Earth has generated a magnetic field for at least the last 3.5 billion years and possibly as far back as 4.2 billion years, with a mean strength just over half of the present-day value. We don't know much about how the field was behaving any earlier than that. By contrast, the Moon's field was perhaps even stronger than Earth's around 4 billion years ago, before precipitously declining to a weak field state by 3.2 billion years ago. Currently, little is known about the structure or time variability of these ancient fields, though. Another complexity is the interaction between the early lunar and geomagnetic fields. The new paper, which modeled the interaction of two magnetic fields with north poles either aligned or opposite, shows that the interaction extends the region of near-Earth space between our planet and the sun that is shielded from the solar wind. This new study is an interesting first step towards understanding how important such effects would be when averaging over lunar orbit or the hundreds of millions of years that are important for assessing planetary habitability. But to know for sure, we need further modeling and more measurements of the strengths of the Earth and Moon's early magnetic fields. What's more, a strong magnetic field does not guarantee the continued habitability of a planet's atmosphere. Its surface and deep interior environments matter as well, as do influences from space. For example, the brightness and activity of the sun has evolved over billions of years, and so has the ability of the solar wind to strip atmospheres. How each of these factors contributes to the evolution of planetary habitability and hence life is still not fully understood. Their nature and how they interact with each other are also likely to change over geological timescales, but thankfully the latest study has added another piece to an already fascinating puzzle, that the moon had an ancient magnetosphere. This is on The Conversation. It's on phys.org by Christopher Davies and John Mound. Please leave your comments. Thank you for your support.